ting-a-ling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. I'm on this lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. I'm on this lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Snow is falling and friends are calling.
Welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. Today I need to make a budget for myself, so I guess if you guys need to learn how to make a budget, this is your perfect time. I'll give you a little backstory. So I used to be very financially stable. I had a lot of savings. I started working when I was 16 and got 2 or 3 part-time jobs while I was in high school because I just wanted to save so much money. Long story short, I ended up spending that money on a lot of people I shouldn't have spent the money on. Also, I went from having a corporate job that paid a very good amount of money for me being 20 years old and 21 to doing this. And so I quit that job and now I don't have such a steady income. So my finances have not been the best over the last year and a half or so. I think I've kind of been avoiding looking at what I spend money on because I used to spend money on whatever I wanted and not really care. And now I do have to care. So I decided I need to make a budget for myself. I'm actually really excited because I think that I'm getting myself out of, I have about $10,000 of debt, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that much compared to some people who have student loans and all that stuff. My student loans, thank God, are paid off already, but I just want to have this debt paid off as soon as possible and also just budget my money each month so I have a decent amount of savings. So that is what you're gonna see in this video, but first of all, we are gonna open day 1 of our presents from my mom. I really wanna open this big box. We are gonna do that today. Casey thinks it's a crock pot. I kind of do too, so I guess we'll see. We found day 1. I'm gonna open this one and I really want Casey to open the other one, so let's see here. Do you just like destroy your presents like a child?
No, I do it super neat.
Yeah, Casey takes like 10 years to open his present. We got another non-stick pan. Thanks, Mom. It's an instant pot. Better than a crock pot.
You were wanting one of these. Now we can make
Well,
rice
I think it
soup.
is like a crock pot in one. I feel like Gordon Ramsay. Oh my goodness.
Next step, Top Chef.
Okay, so we got an Instant Pot and it comes with all of these amazing things with it. We're gonna have to go grocery shopping. I knew it! Looks like in all its glory. It's pretty big. Now I have to go on Pinterest and find a bunch of pressure cooker crock pot recipes. It's also a rice maker. It's kind of just an all-in-one. So I'm going to do a full day of eating. So this is gonna be really fun for me to film and show you guys. You're gonna be seeing this thing a lot more on my stories and my vlogs. Who else is obsessed with the movie Elf? It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I was cold and changed into some comfier clothes, but the struggles of being left-handed, you can't even see what I'm writing, so let me just switch the angle up here. I'm realizing you may not be able to see what I'm writing, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen here and talk it through with you guys. So first off, I am writing down my monthly income. It is a lot easier to do that when you aren't freelance and you know exactly what your paycheck is going to be each week or every 2 weeks. So I actually have 3 streams of income right now. I have my social media and paid sponsorships, and then I work at a gym at the front desk a couple days a week. It's called Bunda. And then I also edit YouTube videos for some people. So those are my 3 forms of income. And obviously it is not steady each month, it changes. So I am just going to write down the least amount of money that I would be making per month because I don't want to have wishful thinking and think that I'm going to make a lot more money one month when that won't fit into my budget. So always go with the lower number if you're working for yourself. Next, I am writing down how much debt I'm in, $10,000. So make sure to write down all your debt expenses that need to be paid off, whether that be a credit card payment or your student loans, anything like that. And then next, I'm going to write down all of my expenses each month that are set expenses. So these are expenses like my rent, car payment, gas for my car, groceries, all of my utility bills. That even includes my Spotify account. I have Epidemic Music for my YouTube and all that good stuff. So everything that you absolutely pay every single month, and even write down the day that they are owed. This took a second for me to remember every single thing that I pay each month and how much I owe. It's also a really good way to check and make sure that you're not paying for subscriptions that you're not using anymore. So I actually went to my bank statement and saw over the last 3 months what I really was spending money on. So this is a good time to go through your bank statement. I know some people do their budget on the computer. I just prefer to write it out. That's just my personal preference, but you can definitely find some templates online and follow those along. Just plug all the numbers in and it'll calculate the things for you. So once you have all your expenses laid out for the entire month, that even includes dog supplies for Lambo, eating out, put every single thing in there that you spend money on each month. And once you have that number totaled, then you're going to subtract your monthly income from the expenses, and that's how much you have left over. It's important to put this leftover money somewhere so it's not just floating around and you think that it's just spending money or it's just in your checking account and you can spend it on whatever you want. So I will be allocating a lot of my money to paying off my debt and then part of the money into savings. You always want to have some savings set aside in case you have to pay for something that you weren't expecting, or those expenses that aren't necessarily monthly expenses, like getting your oil changed in your car. If you have an emergency doctor's appointment, this is a great way to not spend money that I don't have or spend money on things that I don't need. I definitely, when I saw my bank statement, realized I spend way too much money on takeout food and Starbucks. Everyone has their vice, right? So some people will spend a lot of money on clothes. My vice is coffee every day. If you have the money to do that, there's no problem with using your budget for a coffee every day. But if you're trying to pay off debt, you really need to focus on what are the things that you can cut out of your monthly expenses to help you get that debt under control, and then reevaluate after that to see what you can put back into your budget. So next month around this same time, I'm going to look at my budget and my actual spending on my bank account and see how they align, adjust accordingly, and do that every month. Then I'll get a better understanding of how much money I'm actually spending versus saving and paying off my debt. So I hope this helped you guys. It's definitely helping me. I'm realizing I'm spending money on things I shouldn't be spending money on. Just knowing where my money is going is very crucial. It's really good to have a handle on your money and a control of knowing where everything goes. So I hope this helped you guys out, and I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas. Bye guys.